In this video, I will explain exactly where and how I caught my limit of stocked rainbow trout in February of 2024 while fishing the lake at Cedar Hill Park in Nashville, Tennessee. And I will also discuss the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency's plans to stock this lake with massive amounts of eating-sized channel catfish in the spring of 2024. If you're looking for a great bank fishing experience, you don't want to miss this video. Cedar Hill Park Lake is considered a community fishing lake by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, and is stocked with rainbow trout in December, January, and February, and with channel catfish in April, May, and June. Okay, it is Sunday, February the 11th, 2024, and behind me is Cedar Hill Park in Madison, Tennessee, and I'm winding up my day of fishing. They stocked this lake with trout 3 times. The last time was, I think, last Friday. I caught my limit of trout, and I'm going to take a few photos of that and display it. The fishing was kind of tough when I got here because the power bait I normally would use didn't work too well, so I had to switch up and use another technique, and I'll show more about that. Did catch my limit of trout. Caught 5 rainbow trout, as you can see here, and I'll take those home, fillet them, and eat them. Good day. Plenty of fillets from those 5 trout. Shown here is the spot I fished on the rocky bank on February the 11th, 2024. I caught all of my 5 rainbow trout at this spot. There's a 10-foot deep channel that runs parallel to this rocky bank, and this is where the fish can normally be found when they are deep. In the background is the parking lot and the spillway. Along that bank is where the fish can be found when they move to shallow water. Before moving on to the bait and the tackle I use to catch my rainbow trout, I want to call to your attention all the different ways a fish can sense your bait in the water. Vision, think in terms of color that they can see and movement of the lure or the bait. Smell, think in terms of a scent that you can put on your bait that the fish can smell. Taste, think of something that you can put on the bait that would be attractive to the fish. Hearing and vibration, think of something that clicks, clatters, rattles, something that the fish can hear and puts vibration in the water. Now it's time to move on to the bait and the tackle I use to catch these trout. Below this video is a shopping list of the items I'm going to discuss, which include the manufacturer's name and item number, should you need to reference these later. The bait I used was Power Bait 3-inch mice tails with a bubblegum colored body and a white colored head. Garlic scent. Heads up, this bait is available without garlic scent. However, I prefer the garlic scented bait. When this bait is hooked properly, this bait is buoyant and the tail moves in the water. You get the advantage of a color that works well in this lake, a tail that moves, and garlic taste and scent. All of these working together to help attract the fish to the bait. The hook I use is a Team Crappie Size 2 progressive cam action hook. This is a lightweight, thin wire hook that has a cam action to help increase hookups. I use a 1/4 ounce sliding sinker and rig this like a Carolina rig. My fishing setup looks like this. I use a 12-inch long leader made with 6-pound test monofilament line. I use monofilament line because it is buoyant and it helps the buoyancy of the power bait. I tie a surgeon's loop knot in the leader and attach it to a snap. The leader can be easily removed and a new leader added. Trout are notorious for swallowing the hook, so I carry extra leaders already tied and prepared so that when a fish does swallow the hook, I simply unsnap the leader and put the trout in the cooler, pick up another leader that I've prepared, snap it on, continue fishing. I do not like to retie hooks in the field if I can avoid it. The bobber stop and glass bead you see between the snap and the sinker are there to protect the knot. It's important also that the sinker slide freely on the line so that the smallest bite is detected at the rod tip. The day I caught these trout, I simply cast the line out. I set the rod and reel in a rod holder. I reeled in the slack line so that the line was tight. The wind blowing against the rod tip and the line provided enough action in the power bait to get strikes. If I didn't receive a strike in some time, then I would slowly work the bait back to the bank. Let's talk about catfish at Cedar Hill Park in the spring of 2024. The TWRA plans to stock Cedar Hill Park with channel catfish in April, May, and June of 2024. Each stocking, there will be about 600 catfish released, averaging 3/4 to 1.5 pounds. The approximately 1,800 channel catfish released in this lake in the spring of 2024 will provide an excellent bank fishing experience. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notification icon, and I will keep you updated about catfishing at Cedar Hill Park this spring. Also, I will be visiting other lakes in the Middle Tennessee area.